Hi everybody, it's Darcy. I had to come on and tell you about my last couple days. Today's Saturday and my surgery is on Monday. Well, it's scheduled for Monday, I should say. What happened is, the hospital I'm having my surgery at, they say to call, if you don't hear from them by 1:30 on Friday, that you should call them and find out what time your surgery is scheduled for so you know what time to be at the hospital on Monday. So 1:30 rolled around and I had no phone call, so I decided to go ahead and call the hospital. When I finally got through to the number, they couldn't find my name on the schedule. So she's like, oh, well, let me look, on the other side. And she came back, she's like, are you sure that's your doctor's name? And I was like, yeah. And she said, well, your name's not on the schedule. Let me put you up to the OR directly and have them look at the master schedule, because maybe I just don't have it for some reason. So she transferred me up to the OR and I gave her my name, and she looked and she was like, no, you're not on the schedule. I was getting like sick, like mad, I don't know, just thinking, oh, there's a mistake. So I went ahead and was like, can you look again? And my last name's hyphenated, so I was like, well, maybe it's under the other last name, maybe you can look under that name. So she looks again, she's like, no, you're not on here, you're not scheduled for this Monday. And I said, well, I was just there yesterday for my pre-op appointment with my surgeon, so I should be. And she said, well, let me transfer you up to his office and you can speak to his assistant and they can figure out what's going on. So she transfers me up to the surgeon's office, and I talked to the scheduler, who I just saw the day before, and I said, I just called to get my time for my surgery Monday and they told me I'm not in the schedule. And she goes, well, yeah, because you're not on the schedule because your surgery was canceled. Excuse me? I said, what do you mean my surgery is canceled? And she was like, well, the OR was overbooked and the whole hospital, has patients, and Dr. So-and-so had to cancel his patient and the other doctor had to cancel one of his patients, so you were one of the ones that was canceled, so we're going to have to reschedule your surgery. Like, okay, not have I been in this program for 2 years waiting for my surgery. And not that, like, my mother's flying in from another state to stay with me after my surgery and while I'm in the hospital and taking time off from her job and bought plane tickets, and I have, time off from my job and it's all approved, and I had made arrangements for my baby, and my husband's, like, changed his work schedule, but now they want to change my surgery date. Okay, well, I was at a nail appointment at the time. Luckily, there was nobody else there but my friend who does my nails, and so, like, I was crying, okay? I was crying. I was so devastated. First of all, like, all day Thursday and Friday, I was, like, sick to my stomach. Now, I don't feel nervous or worried about the surgery. Like, I'm really excited. But obviously, like, deep inside, I must be a wreck, because I was, like, nauseous and had a headache and was just, like, couldn't think straight for, like, 2 days. And I realized that it's probably because of my nerves, because I'm nervous about the surgery. And so my body's, like, reacting. So now I'm sitting at my nail tech's desk crying my eyes out about this. And I said to the girl on the phone, like, you don't understand. I have made all these arrangements. I told her about my mother flying in and everything. I said, she's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I didn't change it. It's not my fault. And I said, well, I know it's not your fault, but can you talk to somebody, because I don't know what other patients he has, but maybe they're not in this situation. Like, why did they choose me? Maybe somebody else can change theirs because they haven't made all these arrangements. And she said, well, his other patient is a kidney donation, so I really don't think they're going to care that you have somebody flying in from out of state. Okay. So she said, let me page the surgeon. I've already paged him. I only found out an hour ago that they were doing this. So let me talk to him and then I'll call you back. And I said, okay, but if you need to postpone my surgery, like, what are you talking? Another 5 or 6 weeks, or a month, 2 months? And she said, no, I think he has room next Monday on the schedule. So only 1 week. And I said, all right, just call me back. So I got the phone and, I cried and cried and cried. And I was just so devastated. It was like a disaster. Like, I didn't even know what to do or think. I was so upset. Like, the emotional, like, ups and downs of getting ready for surgery, and then, like, you know, the Friday before the Monday, they're gonna cancel it. And then I said to my friend, like, I don't understand why somebody's donating their kidney. Like, was that part of the surgery that you could volunteer to donate an organ during your bypass? And she was like, no. Okay, I'm totally blonde because she was like, no. The surgeon does more than just gastric bypass and weight loss surgery. He's like a general surgeon. He does like kidney transplants and organ transplants. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I'm like, yeah, well, obviously he's not going to cancel the kidney transplant. Like, somebody's life depends on it. I mean, I think my life depends on this surgery, but I'm not going to, like, you know, die in the next year from it. That's for sure. So I felt kind of stupid, and I felt, you know, like, of course I'd want this person with their kidney transplant to go. But anyways, that's just how naive I was about what kind of doctor he was. I thought he just did weight loss surgery. So anyway, about an hour and a half later, still at my nail tech because I got my hands and my toes and everything done. I'm still there, and the girl calls me back and she says, you should go play the lottery tonight because it's your lucky day. She's like, you are back on the schedule for Monday the 15th. Like, the weight of the world was off my shoulders. I was like, well, very skeptical. I was like, well, how'd that happen? And she said, one of the other patients who was scheduled didn't have their insurance clearance, so we moved them off the schedule and put you back on. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. I told her I loved her. She was like, you're welcome. She's like, you know, so be here at such and such a time, 2 o'clock on Monday, and your surgery's at 3:40. And I'm thinking, oh my God, 3:40, but okay, great, yay. So I get off the phone, and now I feel like a jerk because I've been crying, and now I'm happy again, and like, oh, this is so emotional. You know, not only is this like the surgery that means so much to me because of weight issues, but just the preparation of it. And it's a major surgery. Like, there's risks, and you have to prepare yourself. So just like up and down, you know. But I was all happy again, and my friend who does my nails, she was like, that's so weird. Why would they wait until the Friday before the surgery to figure out that someone didn't have insurance clearance? Like, wouldn't they have, when they got the note from the OR saying you have to cancel one of your patients, don't you think, like, that would be the first thing they looked at? Does everyone have their insurance clearance? I certainly did. But anyways, so I'm back on for the 15th. So I just had to tell you because it was, like, so devastating. I cried like a baby. Like, I was just like, oh, it was just deflating, you know? But luckily, I'm back on. I'm sorry. I have, like, this nose ring, and it itches so much, I can't stop. Okay. Anyway, so my mom's flying in tomorrow morning. I get to pick her up at the airport at 11:30, and then we're going to my friend nail tech, her baby shower tomorrow, and then still haven't cleaned my house or emptied my closets like I said I was going to, so I'm going to pretend that that's what I'm going to do when I get home from the baby shower tomorrow. And my mom hasn't seen my daughter in like 5 or 6 weeks, so my daughter's 6 months now, so I'm really excited about that. I just can't wait for her to see her. She misses her so much. She calls like every day and sings to her on the phone and everything. Other than that, I'm really excited. I get to go on a liquid diet tomorrow. I know some of you did it for like weeks before your surgery, but my surgeon said no because I was eating healthy and losing weight up to the surgery. So he said, no, just your regular diet, but not to eat anything solid the day before. So tomorrow I start my liquid diet. I'm going to the baby shower, and I'm going to be eating soup and, you know, broth and some Crystal Light, but that's okay. Better than a whole week, right? So maybe I'll check in tomorrow and let you know how my 1-day liquid diet went. And then, like, somebody pointed out to me today, so you have to go to the hospital at 2 o'clock on Monday, so you can't eat anything from midnight till 2 o'clock on Monday? And I was like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. Or drink anything, like not even water. Like, between you and me, I'm probably going to have some water Monday. Don't tell my surgeon. Well, don't tell the anesthesiologist. Maybe, like, I'll get up and have water in the morning when I get up at like 7 or 8, and then I won't have any more. Okay? Wish me luck tomorrow on my liquid diet. And those of you who did it for like a whole week or more. Sorry. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Bye.